Hi, it's Chris. In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and install the dispenser on your LG dishwasher. It's very easy to do, just requires a few basic tools. Keep in mind if your machine needs to be repaired, it's usually simple enough to do it yourself. Visit PartSelect.com, enter your model number, and quickly find and order the part you need. Some of the reasons why you may be looking to have to change that dispenser is if you're starting to see a poor performance and washability with the dishwasher. If you're finding that the detergent is not being released like it should be or not at all, or maybe it's the rinse aid section of it that's not doing its job, in which case you're going to have to replace that dispenser assembly. So the first thing we're going to need to do in order to remove that dispenser is to open our door. And you'll notice all around the perimeter of the door, there's a series of screws. And these screws need to be removed so we can separate the inner door liner away from the outer panel. So in doing these, what I like to do is to start at the bottom, work my way up through, but I'll leave one screw on either side in the middle. That's actually going to hold that outer panel in place so that it doesn't drop and get damaged. So you'll notice there's a different size in the screws. The screws that run down the side are all these small short ones, and the ones that ran across the top are the longer ones. So you'll just want to keep that in mind when you go to put them back in, that the long ones go across the top. So I'm just going to lay a blanket in underneath the door just so that if it does slip away, when I take the screws out, it's not going to get damaged or it's not going to damage the floor. So now you can see the door and the inner liner are separated, but they are still connected by this one wiring harness. So we're going to want to release this electrical harness from the board just by squeezing this tab and pulling it out of the board, like that. So now that we have the front separated from the dishwasher, we'll move that out of the way. So here's our dispenser. So there's a couple of electrical harnesses that go to it that we need to remove. So we're just going to pull this harness off, thing over on the side. This connector actually has a small locking tab down here at the very bottom that I'm just going to use my screwdriver to press it away and pull my harness down. And now that my electrical harnesses are removed, on this dispenser, it's held in place by this metal tab that's part of the door liner itself. So on this side and this side, so I'm just going to bring in my blade screwdriver and spread that away a little bit. And same on the other side. And as well, on the top, underneath the foam, I'm just going to use my putty knife for this top one. Just like that. And now you can see that the dispenser is coming away from the door liner itself. I'll remove my putty knife. And there. Now your dispenser is free. So you can see just how easy it was to remove the dispenser from your LG dishwasher. Now in some of the older models, instead of using those spring tabs that we had to release, they actually used a metal frame that would have gone around it with screws in it. If you see those screws, then you'll remove those and just pop it out, same as we did here. If yours is a bit more of a newer style with this type of tab, where you just basically needed a small blade screwdriver and a putty knife. But that's how easy it is to remove the soap dispenser from your LG dishwasher. So to install the dispenser on your LG dishwasher, just open the door. So on this model, it just simply pushes in and then it locks into these spring tabs. On some models that are a little bit older than this one, this will just move down into place and there'll be a metal frame that you'll put on from the other side and will be retained by a couple of screws. So you're just going to lower it into place. Now you can close the door and now you can reattach your wires. just pushes up into place and latches. And the one on the other side is just a matter of pushing on as well. So I've brought my door panel back into position. I'm just going to raise it up a little so I can connect my electrical harness. Push it in nice and snug. And now I'm just going to bring the door panel up and bring them together. So now I'm just going to hold the two halves together, put a screw in, get that secured, put one in the other corner. Now that that's secured, I'm just going to continue to give it a squeeze with my hand, my right hand down on the side to hold that door in place. Again with my leg still pressing against the door liner. I'll put one of those small screws in, and then I'll just come over to the same area on the other side. So now that the panel is secure, I can just comfortably go around and put the rest of the screws in. So now that all the screws are secured, you can close the door and the dishwasher is now ready to be used. And that's how easy it is to change the dispenser on your LG dishwasher.